computing on Windows 7. As you see here, this is the Windows 7 desktop. This is where your favorite icons and some of your gadgets over here are displayed. This is your taskbar down here, near the bottom. On the right-hand side, you have your time and date, your critical functions that the computer has, such as your battery status, wireless networking, and speakers. And the flag here stands for PC issues, things that need to be attended to immediately or as soon as possible. Over here, you have your open programs. They will be highlighted in a box, similar to these are right here. Then you have these here, which is the equivalent of the Quick Start menu on Windows XP, containing Windows Media Player, sticky notes, internet browsers, and so on. This here is your Start menu. You click on it, it brings up access to everything from documents and pictures to every program that's currently installed on the computer. Click on the name of the account user, to open up their overall folder. Contacts, desktop, downloads, favorites, links, my documents, my music, pictures, video, games, searches, and any other folders that may be currently in this folder. Go to desktop, just displays every item on the desktop in a more organized system. Recent places displays everywhere you've been recently on this computer in this user. And libraries displays documents, music, pictures, and videos. On this computer, which has a 500 gigabyte hard disk, can hold a very large number of songs, videos, and pictures. Windows 7 has a unique feature called the Homegroup. The Homegroup is a safe and secure location to share and comment on files on any computer on your network currently running any version of Windows 7. To create a Homegroup, all you have to do is hit Create a Homegroup. It will bring up this. You will select whatever you want to share, hit Next, and it will run you through the steps. You will then follow the on-screen instructions to create a Homegroup. Do the same for the rest of them. For the rest of your computers on the network, I mean. Now, Computer, this tab down here, houses all of the hardware features of your computer, like the hard disk drive right here. This computer has two of them. One of them totals out at 421 gigabytes. The other one, 289. 289 for that second one would be a bit huge. This one here is my primary hard disk, drive C. It contains critical system files and most of my documents. Drive D, the one labeled Lenovo, contains usually backups of all of my critical files, system, and my documents folder. Under devices with removable storage, we have the DVD-RW drive, drive F. That is the optical drive usually found on the right or left-hand side of your laptop computer. Under Other, we have Norton Backup Drive, which contains all of the Norton files that I like to back up, just to keep safe. Down here, near the bottom, we have the amount of memory my computer has, 4 gigabytes, the processor, the workgroup I'm in, and the name of my computer. If we go over here, we see Network. All this is going to display is every computer currently on my network. As you can see, considering I'm the only one using it right now, my computer is the only one listed. You might notice, though, that it seems to be listed twice, the computer, and then under Media Devices. That's because I'm currently sharing my music and videos out of Windows Media Player. And down here, under Network Infrastructure, we have the Clear modem with Wi-Fi. That's because the current ISP we're using, which is the Internet Service Provider, is Clear Internet. And then, as we go back, we hit the Start menu again, and then we can go to Control Panel. This is where you can edit and mess with all of your computer's settings, like the appearance, any clocks and language issues you may have, and also if you have trouble seeing it or need the sound to be extra loud, you go to Ease of Access. All security issues would be handled in the System and Security folder. And then your network and internet connectivity issues would be handled under Network and Internet. You will see some things we've already talked about here, like the Homegroup and networking status, which would be this. I'm currently connected to Wi-Fi under RSU_CO. That little exclamation mark there means that it's unsecured, which, if I was going to try and send private files over the internet through an email or to a website, I might want to connect to a more secure computer. To uninstall a program, all you really have to do is go into the Control Panel, click Uninstall Program, and then select from a list of all the installed programs you have on your computer. Now this is one of my favorite features. All I have to do is bring up two different things, throw one to one side and one to the other, and this is another unique feature Windows 7 has, and you can work side by side without having to mess with them and try and overlap them. Another cool thing is the thumbnail view, which is if you take your mouse and run them over one of the icons, you see a brief small view of what that window looks like. And sometimes on music and media programs, it even comes up with this, which allows you to play, pause, and do basic features for playing and moving music. This arrow over here represents all these smaller icons which are either currently inoperative or just not being displayed properly. And as you can see, the thing that just popped up is a Norton Performance Alert. It tells me when my CPU level is getting a little bit too high. The next thing we're going to see is what happens when you press Control-Alt-Delete. Well, I just did it. That's what happens in Windows 7. If I were to lock this computer, that would mean it would not log me off my account, but also would not let anybody onto my account while I'm gone doing something like, say, getting food or something else. Switch user keeps me logged on, but allows somebody else to log in under a different username. Log off logs me off entirely, and change a password would change this user account's password, or in this case it would change any computer user on this computer because I'm the administrator. Task Manager was what I'm really going to. That is Task Manager. Currently it pops up with the screen displaying all of my computer's programs over here and their status. Currently these four are running. Down here we have my physical memory, which is my RAM, random access memory, my CPU usage, that is the central processing unit, and the processes, which is the amount of data the computer is currently transferring in and of something that people can understand. These are the processes. Now these all would look pretty unusual if you just glanced at them. But these all mean something. For instance, explorer.exe. The exe is the file type. It's an executable file. That would be this right here. This is part of Windows Explorer. Notice how that drops to 0 when I close it. The Google Toolbar, Facebook Messenger, and a few other system and critical files that need to be running for the operating system to work. Now if we go to services, we see all these services this computer offers. For instance, printer connections. If you want to print a document from, say, Microsoft Word, you need a printer connection. That's what these would do. All these are right here. Yeah, it's a long list, and it would take a while to go through them all. Now this here is pretty much just for those of you that like graphs. It's what was down here earlier, and is still down there, in a graph, showing where all my levels are right now. Right here I'm at 1.89 gigabytes. I'm using that out of my physical memory. That's my RAM. This is my network, currently what I'm using. Since I'm not really transmitting anything to the internet right now, there's no real usage. Down here it shows what type of connection I'm using. Local area connection, which would be like an Ethernet cable or a DSL connection. And wireless network, which would be pretty much anything Wi-Fi. Notice the link speed on this one is currently at 39 megabytes. And I'm connected. Notice the spike over here on the right. These are all the active users on the computer. Notice only me, because I'm the person on the computer. Thank you for watching this part 2 edition of Basic Computing on Windows 7.